Adam Spollen.
Hey, Steven, do you expect to have Eric and John tonight?
I still don't know about Eric. We're still waiting to see how he feels as he warms up. And John, from what I heard, he's most likely going to play, but I haven't gotten the 100% on him yet either.
Do you know, was he dealing with the migraine during the game on Sunday, or was it something that popped up yesterday?
I believe it's something that popped up just yesterday, but he does have a history of them.
Mark Berman.
So having said all that, Stephen, do you know right now what your starting lineup's going to be?
No, I mean, if John plays, obviously he would start, and we would just go with the same starting lineup we had last game.
Is there anything further on Daniel today?
No, I haven't heard anything on him as of yet, and I need to find that out because I was supposed to get a report on that today, and I haven't.
Jonathan Fagan.
Thank
you. Stephen, with the sort of extended and strengthened protocols now that they announced today, I know it's only 2 weeks, could be more, but a minimum of 2 weeks. Is it very different than the existence in the bubble?
Yes, it is. I mean, I guess when you're on the road, it's not very much different than the bubble, but when you're home, you know, you're driving in your car, you're sleeping in your own bed, you're still allowed to, I assume, go to the grocery store and things. I haven't heard all of the details of what it's going to be, but you know, the bubble was, you're very dependent on whatever your team and the league has set forth as far as what you're eating and what your schedule is and all of those things, and that would be more a road thing as we play this game tonight and then approach our road trip to San Antonio and Chicago. That'll be probably closer to the bubble than being at home and you know, still feeling like you're at home and you're in the comforts of your normal life.
So does that make it maybe easier in some ways to accept what obviously is very stringent, but hey, a lot of the league, 18 teams, have gone through something even more difficult?
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, it's just part of it, and we're understanding of all of the things that the Players Association and the NBA are trying to do in order for us to play these games. And we also are cognizant of the fact that this pandemic is still a huge deal. I mean, 3,000 people a day over the last week have died from this pandemic. So, you know, kind of talking about whether you're able to leave your hotel room and things like that seems small in comparison to all of the death and hospitalizations that we've had to deal with over the last 9 months.
Thank you.
Salman Ali.
Hey, Stephen, piggybacking off that, how tough is it to get your team and staff to buy into the health and safety protocols, knowing that there are so many things that are just out of your hand?
It's not really that hard. I mean, the guys are understanding of the rules, and you know, we just abide by them. And it's ultimately each individual's choice. That similar to how it was in the bubble, is each individual's choice to either go to the bubble or not, and abide by the rules that are put forth. So it's kind of the same thing. Like I said, being at home, it makes it just a little bit different because there's more available. There's, you know, you're driving around. There are places that you're allowed to go, I'd assume, to the gas station, grocery store, and things like that. But you know, it's up to us as an organization and myself to make sure that the players are, number one, understanding the rules, and number two, abiding by the rules.
Jonathan Fagan.
Especially early in the year, coaches often say that it's about their team rather than preparing for any particular opponent. when you play the same team twice in a row, and there were some of the issues that you described the last couple of days, is that more so that there's more emphasis on correcting the things you cited than the Lakers do this or their defense is set up like that?
That's a very good point and very true. We are very much concerned with how we do things, how we are going to react to the things that happened to us in game one. And the Lakers are a tough challenge on both ends of the floor, and it's up to us to step up and make those corrections and do better.
So since they played the Lakers 5 times last year, and now this is the second, is this game 7?
This is only game 2 for me.
Thank you.
Leonardo Torres. Leonardo?
Yeah, Coach, do you think that the coronavirus could make the league uneven, as some teams lose players and can't play with the best they have?
Could you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Do you think that the coronavirus could make the league uneven, as some teams lose players and cannot play with the best they have?
Oh, uneven, you're saying? No.
Yes.
That's a hard question. It's really hard because, you know, the coronavirus doesn't really pick and choose who it's gonna infect, and there is the reality that it could infect some of your better players at a time that wouldn't be advantageous. But I guess the overall kind of answer to your question is it could be anybody. It could be any team. There's 30 teams in the league, and it could hit anybody on any team, and you just have to move forward and deal with it. So as far as it being uneven, I don't know if that's what it would be. It's just reality of this situation.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.